and then while we get stuff.
Great.
Okay, I think I'm ready to go.
Alrighty. Welcome aboard, everyone. We're going to be playing some OPTCG Simulator with me and Mike. Got Mike on Discord.
Hey everybody,
with
how we doing?
me.
Hey, this is Mike from the Party Pod. We're gonna play a little bit of Sim, real quick.
So neither of us have ever played the Sim, so this is going to be a learning experience for both of us. Mike, I sent you over the connection room ID, so you should be able to go into multiplayer and private and join that, I believe.
Private, and then let's go and add my deck, and then let's go over and, oh, I see that there. Let me go outside in. I'm trying to connect now, so let's see.
If that doesn't work as a private room, I can definitely set up a multiplayer room where you just have to join me.
Looks like it's intended to connect now.
Alright, let's see if it works.
I don't know if you have to let me in or anything.
No, it doesn't. It just says waiting for connection with room ID that. Let me see. Multiplayer. Eastern. So if you go to Eastern when you go to multiplayer.
So let me go back. How do I go back? Just
click the back button. I'm gonna click host public game, and then you should see my name, the annoying one,
okay,
as a
I'm
lobby,
to...
and you should be able to connect.
Oh, I don't know if I have an account or anything I had to make.
Nope, that's
Is there like
Maya.
a name I had to make? Oh, okay, let me... Okay.
Oh, okay. Here we go, Mike. So if you click on multiplayer and then click private, and then see where it says enters host's room ID,
Yep.
that you have to type that in. So I'm gonna host a private game. I'm gonna send you the new room ID.
Okay. I figured someone would need to start it that way.
So I have the room ID. I just sent that to you. So if you go in, you should be able to see that. There we go. We're in.
There we go. All right.
So I have my deck. I won the roll, so I am going to go second.
Okay. I think that looks not bad. I think we're gonna mulligan though. I think we're gonna go a little bit and see if it gets me a little bit better from here. Okay.
I'm gonna keep that. Our life is good,
Okay.
and then Mike, you're good. It already donned your one. It does a lot of stuff for you.
Okay. I think I'm gonna pass on that one.
I'll play this character, Charlotte Flampe. I'm gonna end my turn.
Draw. I'm going to... Let's use card action. It's -1 Dawn, and let's knock out Charlotte Flampe.
You did it.
Let's attack.
All right, and then I'm going to... How do I counter? So I think I say no blocker, and then I resolve the attack. There we go.
Okay, that's it for me there.
So then I have 4 Dawn. I'm going to play this. And then I am going to attack. There's 7,000.
Oh, I realized you did 2. That's my bad. All right, that's fair. So let's play a Higurashi. Let's give 2 here. Attack for 5,000.
I am going to not block it, and I am going to resolve the attack after buffing to 6,000.
Okay. I will attack. And I'll attack for 5.
I'm going to not block, and I'm going to resolve the attack for 6,000.
Alright. You got it. Up to you.
I then... I'm going to play this card, and you get to choose an action of either gaining myself a life or trashing one of your own.
Wow. 5?
Yeah, five costs for you to, for me to gain a life or for you to trash a life. It's pretty good. And that's in the starter deck number 7, Big Mom Pirates, coming out. A couple of days ago it came out then. Both of us have ordered multiple copies of it and are ready to keep playing.
Wow, Soul Poke, that's crazy. I didn't realize that was going to be in the starter deck. That's extremely strong for a game that I haven't really seen a ton of counter interruption to this point.
Yeah, gaining life and being able to manipulate not only your own but your opponent's life and getting information from that is very good. There's been a couple of blue decks that I've seen that let you search your life, or sorry, let you search your deck, and from that you get to see what's in your life, and that gives you a lot of information. So this is still my turn, sorry. I'm gonna attack for there.
Attack for 5 at the 3. No blocker. We'll lose our guy. Fine.
And then let's just do that.
5,000. Let's block right there.
And then
Yep.
that's it for me.
Okay, let's see. So we've got 2, 4, 6. Let's go ahead and use card action to return a Dawn, and let's get rid of that guy.
Yep. That's so good that you could just clear the board like that.
Gonna swing and attack at Big Mom.
No
and
blocks.
see if you've got no block. So
No triggers.
all right, so we kind of equal it out here. So I think that might have been the best choice, especially without playing with this yet, seeing as you are able to add or shoot 1. 5 is a crazy ability, especially when like my Kaido like is -7 Dawn to bring that back. It's very powerful. Let's see.
So we're just gonna get some attackers out here. And I would like to view the top of my life. Okay, I'm gonna place that on top. I'm gonna attack 5,000.
5. Let's take that one. I think we take that one there. Interesting. Okay. No trigger effect on that.
I'm gonna pass it back to you.
Let's see. With 7 done, I think we're going to. Let's go with King, and we will -2 done, and we're gonna target both of your little guys.
Very good.
Then we're going to attack Charlotte Lin with 7,000.
No blocks. No trigger.
Let's go and hit you with Kaido for 5,000, and see if I gave you a little bit of something to protect with.
Buff to
All right.
6,000. Here we go, Mike.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
There it is. Charlotte Linlin 10 drop. It's the
Wow.
whole point to going second. All I do is I destroy. I place one card from the top of my deck to the top of my life area, so I gain a life, and then I trash one card from the top of your life. So I gain a life, you lose a life, and that is the whole point of choosing to go second with this deck, is dropping this on turn 5.
Wow. Okay.
So then, because I have a 6,000, I'm going to attack you for 6,000. Buff to
Block
7.
7.
Gonna Swing in for 5.
5. Let's see. I think we're gonna go and no blocker, but we'll ditch to this.
To beat the
Beat
leader.
Charlotte.
And then I'm gonna pass back to you.
Okay, let's see. So we've got a whole lot to work with here.
You do.
Let's
You got
go
a lot of
ahead
cards in
and
hand by comparison to
block
what I have.
Maria. Let's go ahead and deploy our Kaido, our Onigashima Island. Let's activate it and gain Arrested Dawn.
It's funny. So I'll tell the stream. The first time that Mike and I, or maybe it might have been the third time, we're still learning to play One Piece. We didn't realize that the stage cards were similar to world enchantments. So Mike had 3 or 4 of them out at the same time. And I'm like, damn, that's really good. And then we realized you're only allowed to play 1 stage card at the same time.
Let's attack for
we
7.
learned. I'm gonna have to not block that. No trigger.
Let's go for 8.
No block. No trigger.
Let's activate my action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then let's attack one more time.
No blocks. No triggers. Ooh, wow. The turns have tabled.
Big turn. So now we have to just navigate around your hand.
Yeah, so I have 5 cards in hand, up 4 cards from last turn. So, I think what I needed to do here is I'm going to activate this card.
You're gonna soul
I got
focus.
another one of those soul focuses. I'm at 0 life. You are at 2.
So let's see, you have 4 cards in hand, 5 Dawn available.
Yep.
I'm gonna give you a life.
That's where I would appreciate that.
I feel like at this current board state with the board I'm holding, I think it's probably our best bet with no blockers on your side. See this coming. So you're attacking, or you tapping.
So that ability just lets me cycle a card?
Okay, so for 7, I think we're gonna activate. I think we're going to return a Dawn.
Wow, you have 0 Dawn. Okay.
0 Dawn in an area. 12. No blocker, resolve attack. Use this trigger effect.
Oh, that's really
Who's
good.
who? I have no Dawn, but it doesn't really matter because you don't really have anything of 3
Yeah,
or
you
less.
have no valid targets.
Oh,
for
I get
that.
a 3k body, which might be
Yeah,
huge for me at this
which
point in
might
time.
be it. What do we do here? God, so your deck, it's got a lot of on-play things that are just really good. So removing them doesn't really help me very much other than getting rid of a lot of bodies. But then the fact that I've got a 6,000 here, and that's all I have left.
Without blocker, I don't know if you don't just throw it in and then you just load them up.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Probably the play.
they get rid of the...
Then I'm gonna block. And I'll let Black Maria take the hit on that one.
Yeah, this is where we get tight and we get on the ropes because we both have 1 life, but you have a couple more characters and you're on the attack. So it's up to you
So
with
I
2 Dawn.
Think here. We do that anyway, just to see what we do. And I think we go in here. think we'll go with Big Mom for 5.
Beat it to 6.
For 7.
There's 7, no trigger.
I think we go here for 7, and we see if we can bait the last blocker / counter out.
And with that, that is the end of the game.
Nice. All right. Nice job. That was a tough game. This board state is very difficult to navigate with the Charlotte Linlins and you manipulating life like that. But I think me getting rid of all your little guys definitely.
Yeah, you had like straight up 5 or 4 removal spells, which is awesome.
Gonna play again?
Yeah, I don't think I took full advantage of the Charlotte Linlin attack, being able to cycle cards from my life. But absolutely.
Being able to manipulate and put cards with trigger effects on them, I think is probably going to be your strong suit with that deck. And manipulate if you have any, especially if we get more stuff with the next set with
OP4 seems
is
like
that
it's
Pillars
gonna
of
push
Strength,
a lot in.
correct?
Yep.
We have Pillars of Strength, so we're going to get more yellow. If we get some yellow cards that have trigger effects like characters or crew that if they like play on trigger, that might be a great idea for running in this kind of style of deck.
Absolutely.
Being able to take cards from your hand, manipulate them in, and then go from there. So I think you have to just hit the rematch button that we can play.
Yeah, I click rematch. But it doesn't look like any of that is working. So I'm gonna go back to main. I'm gonna start another room. And I'm gonna send you the new room code. So far, that is my second game with yellow, and I've really, really enjoyed it. There seems to be a lot of information that you can get with yellow and life manipulation. So you got it. You won the roll.
So I think I'm gonna go first. I think that's probably my best bet. And then I think we're gonna mulligan that away. I think that's definitely the right choice there.
All right. So before we start this second match, I'm just gonna take a quick bathroom break, and we will be right back. All right, so everyone who's just joining us, thank you. Mike and I are here playing One Piece Simulator online, so this is game 2. Mike clutched game 1 by just destroying my board state over and over again, but Mike is playing Kaido. It's a 5,000, and then on activate main once per turn, Dawn -7, he can trash one of my life cards. And then I am playing the new Charlotte Linlin leader, which is a 5,005 life. For Dawn 2, when attacking, I can add 1 card from my life to the bottom or top of my life area to my hand. And then if my life is at 2 or less, I may place 1 card from my hand to the top of my life area. So what it lets me do is just cycle one of the cards from the top or bottom of my life to my hand. So Mike is going first here. And I am going to keep my hand. Actually, you know what? Let's mulligan it. And the choice was good. You are good to go, Mike.
All right, so I think I'm going to with my 1 Dawn and my first turn. I'm just gonna pass, and I'm gonna set up for kind of a turn to start here.
All right, I have the same Charlotte Flampe. card that I did last time. Let's see if he can get
listen,
rid of it as soon as he did last
4,000
time.
on a 2 is pretty strong.
It is. It is very
I think
good.
we're gonna deploy at Onigashima Island. We're gonna activate and get a Don. We're gonna swing in a 5,000.
Very good ramp.
A little
no
quickness
block.
in here.
I'm gonna plus 6,000 to preserve my life.
Okay. And then after that, I think I'm good here, so I'm gonna pass on that.
We got 4,000. I'm gonna deploy this. I'm gonna take the top or bottom of my life and place a cost card 3 card on life face up. I don't know if this does, so I'm gonna take the top card of my life, and then I'm gonna select a card to add to my life. Place up to 1 characters with cost 3 life on top of your library.
Okay, so basically, this is gonna cycle out a card from your life and then add your Charlotte Flampe
That's what I'm thinking it does.
right into your life top up. That's wow. Okay.
That's what I'm thinking it does, but it won't let me actually select a card to add to my life. So place up to 1 of your characters with a cost of it has to be a cost of 3. It's not a cost of anything else. So that was actually just me taking a life to draw a card. Not the best thing that I've done.
Still not terrible though, because you're gonna throw 2 Don on.
And I'm gonna use my action. I'm also gonna take another life there.
Then I have no block, so I'm just going to take a life here. I'll take an early one.
4,000. No Don to attach to it. I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay.
Yeah, as Mike and I are mostly Magic the Gathering players, the interesting thing is we're used to certain verbiage when it comes to text on cards. And with that, there's a little bit of a learning curve because we're thinking, so there's a card that's very similar to Ponder when it comes to Magic the Gathering, if you're familiar with that. There's a card similar to that in One Piece, and we were playing it incorrectly the first time we played it because we're like, wait, this doesn't make sense. But no, it's you play the cards exactly as written. There's not much to it when it comes to playing them differently. So if the card says only 3 power, that's what you do.
Yeah, and I think here, so what you saw there for my turn while Audra was going through everything there. So I played a Who's Who, which is a 3,000 for 3 that I could -1 Don on play, knock out one of my opponent's characters with the cost 3 or less. So I was able to knock out his Charlotte Flampe, give it a little bit of board presence, and get rid of one of his pretty powerful little guys. And then I played a Sasaki, which is a 4,000 for 3. A Don 1 when attacking. I can trash 1 card from my hand, add 1 Don from my Don deck, and rest it. So a little bit more ramp on a bigger body. And then just swinging in just to see if I can get a small, clean hit off. So with another Flampe, you put a Peckham's on top. I think for 6,000, I think I'm going to, no blocker, but I'm going to counter 2,000 with an ulti. And block that one real quick. So let's see. So we've got...
So although my leader mostly wants me to manipulate my life and my opponent's, this round I've definitely manipulated my life more so. But I do think that both options are great. Being able to see what's on the top of my deck and being able to see what's on the top of my opponent's deck definitely is super good. But when you get those removal spells as Mike is playing, I'm not quick enough. So I have to put a lot in to make that information worth anything. And then the fact that Mike's been able to respond to a lot of my information has really hurt me here.
So I think I'm going to deploy for 7. I'm going to deploy King. Then I'm going to knock out. Use this action. Let's return 2 Don. Let's knock out Charlotte.
Knock out Flampe.
Let's see.
Yep.
There we go. And then choose no targets for the second one because I have two effects on there. I think then we're going to
Here come the attacks.
we're gonna throw 1,000 on him, on Sasaki. Let's go and attack. Attacking for 5. Use card action. Let's discard Onigashima Island, and I will add another Don.
Not gonna
For
put
my Don deck
I'm
and
gonna
rest it.
counter.
Then I will. Let's see. I think we're going to Don 7.
Don 7.
Let's shoot one of those.
Shoot it. Oof.
And then let's attack for 5 and see if we can get another hit in here.
Get a counter out.
I think after that, with all of that stuff done, we're gonna end turn and see where it goes.
So we're gonna start casting these. The 5 cost. I gain a life, you lose a life, but you get to choose.
So I think I'm gonna trash one of my life. I think that's the right play here because I've got 4, and I don't think with an open board as yours is, I think it's the better play. Is to kind of stare down a bigger swing here. So attacking for 7 here is big because right now I have nothing to interact with that. So I think we're just going to take that one. And then I think... Ooh, let's see. I think we're going to use this trigger effect of Thunder Bagua. Instead of putting it in my hand, I'm going to trigger and add 1 Don back. So I'll have a little bit more ramp going into this turn. Let's add 1 rested.
So, as many of you can see, Mike had 1 Don last turn and is now gained back up to 4 just using his event cards and triggers out of his hand. So his character's his leader's ability of pitching 7 Don to just KO something straight up to trash an opponent's life card is very powerful.
So I think here we're gonna go for 7 with King. I'm gonna put some Don on. Let's go with King.
I have no blocks there, but I am going to trigger and play this card.
Okay, so then I'm going to activate and I'm gonna go for 6. And then I will use a card action. I'm going to pitch a X-Drake, and I'm going to add another Don rested to ramp back into for next turn. And then we're going to try and get through after that. Need to look at the top of my life. Let's go for a swing with another 5,000 with Who's Who. And then I'm going to go with 1 more and see if I can get a win in through here.
And Mike,
I'm expecting another 1,000 blocker, but I think
okay, wrong. Turn 5 win.
Yeah. I think the both games mulligans really kind of put me over the top here to try and get back into this. In kind of re-ramping, I think the addition of my non-paper version of this, which is the list I'm probably going to put together, which is what I'm playing here, of the Kings and some of the different X-Drakes and some of the other cards that are in here, I think helped really ramp this into being able to shoot and recover very quickly. Again, that turn from going from having 8 Don, -7ing for Kaido's ability, the next turn being on 4 again, being able to re-ramp in, I think this deck is still very strong, especially
Absolutely.
in the counter game against this yellow deck coming in very strong. I think this might be the deck that holds up pretty well against it with fighting that manipulation. So I don't know how much more time you have if you want to run 1 more and see if we can do it as a best of 3.
I have.
Let's try this rematch. It looks like
I think it's working.
looks like it worked this time. So I think I'm gonna go first again, and we will see what the hand looks like. I'm not a huge fan of this hand, so I think we're gonna mulligan and see what we pull for the second time, which is a bit better. I think that's a much better start to this hand.
The many wonders. You're going first?
I'm going first, yes.
So knowing that, I'm gonna keep this hand.
Okay. So I think with 1, my typical turn 1 play is pretty much just to pass. I'm set up for turn 2.
Mine is
See
to
what you
play
do.
Charlotte Flampe. That is what I've done for the past 3 games in a row.
So let's see. So I think we're going to turn 2. We're going to deploy a Sasaki, which is the one with the add 1 Dom when attacking and can trash a card from my hand, add 1 Don from my Don, I can rest it. And then I think we're just going to swing in with Kaido and see if we can get a early game punch in.
And as I haven't let you any other time, I'm going to add my 1000 counter.
Just fair for early game. Hold on to those 5 life and try not to take an early hit.
So I'm going to play a new character. I don't know if you've seen this ability. So I'm going to play a Charlotte Pudding, which lets me look at the top 1 card of either my life area or your life and put it on the top or bottom. So I'm going to look at the top of your life, and I'm going to decide to put that on bottom.
Okay. Interesting. Try to stack my trigger effects later in the game.
Yep. Or it's just a really good card or a really bad card. If it was a really bad card, I'd say, okay, I'm going to keep that on top and let you draw into nothing. Or I'm going to put it on the bottom because I don't want to deal with it right now.
Yeah, I think that's fair. It's definitely a good assumption.
So with that, I'm going to don 1 here. I'm going to attack for 5,000.
And I think for 5, we're going to take that. And then we're going to resolve, and I'll take that card into hand. No trigger effect.
And then here I'm going to attack for another 5,000.
And for 5,000 there, I think what we're going to do is we are going to... this early in the game, I don't know. I think we're going to no blocker, but we are going to counter that one. And let that resolve.
All right. And then with that, I'll pass back to you, Mike.
Okay. So we've got 5 available. Let's see what we want to do this turn. I think we're going to... Let's set up for a more long-term play, and let's add this. Let's go 3. Let's go for an attack on Charlotte Linlin here with a 6,000 Sasaki.
6,000.
And we're going to use the card action, and we're going to trash a card from my hand. I think we're going to go probably with this king. We're going to ditch him.
6,000 is tough.
To get an additional dot and ramp a little bit more.
As I've found, and I think Mike knows too, attacking for 6 or 7,000, mainly 7,000, is very good in these early games. It either makes your opponent pitch 3 cards or 2 cards. When you're attacking for face, you're just hoping that they're going to take it and not counter it for when you're even. But attacking for more, like 7,000, it makes the opponent really think whether or not they are going to have to they're gonna have to put a lot more into the block. So with the 6,000, I can't block, so I'm going to take the hit, and I am going to use that trigger. I'm going to play my Queen Mama Chanter for free.
Alrighty, so I think we're going to follow up with one more swing from a 6,000 Kaido and see if we can get a little bit, at least one more hit in.
Not again.
And looks like I do get one in.
No trigger.
Gives us a slight lead. So I think with 2,000, we're going to deploy, or 2 done, we're going to play a Kozurumi Garashi. Little 3k blocker, and we're going to pass the turn.
I have 6 Dawn this turn. I'm going to go ahead and play another Soul's Pocus.
But I think we're going to trash another top life. I don't think I want to give you another life to work with here, because I think that I need to just kind of keep you as low as possible in order to keep rolling here. So losing Sasaki, I don't know if I want to lose him here. He's a 4k. You have another attacker. Just don't know. I think possibly we block here, and we're gonna see. I want to see if you equip the 1,000 additional to Charlotte Pudding. I want to know if you can want to sink that much into killing Sasaki. I think is an interesting play if you're going to try and dive right for him.
And I do.
I think on the second one, I think we're probably going to just take that and we're going to lose Sasaki on the second one. But at least I force 2 of those attacks into it. And then for that, I think we're going to no block. We are going to throw an ulti at that and block it. Okay, so I think we're pretty well set up here into kind of moving into this turn. So I'm going to deploy King, use card action, -2 Don, and let's hit both of your little guys and try to reset this board a little bit.
King is really good at clearing the board.
So I think here, after that, we're just going to swing 5,000 and see if we can get a cheap hit in.
No block, we're going to counter.
Okay. I think after that, we're going to end turn. I think that's probably our best bet. And that sets up us pretty well.
Another Charlotte Lin.
Ooh, okay.
So this is Charlotte Lin from the starter deck, again, as I was mentioning earlier.
So we're looking at the same
effect as the 5-drop, but it gives me an 8,000 attacker.
I think we're in a trash of life here, and we're gonna just try and keep using our own resources rather than trying to give you more. I don't like the way you manipulate your own, and I think it's better if I think here I'm gonna just no blocker, take it, and then try to reconnect this next turn and see what can kind of be done here. Okay, so we have a pretty decent setup here. I think our best bet here is we've got 8 Don. Let's deploy our Queen, use card action. Let's return a Don and draw 2. Let's ditch 1. Give us some card advantage and see what we can play here. I think at this point in time, our best bet is to give 2 Don to Kaido. And let's go for an attack for 7k and see if we can push through the 1 damage to kind of kick fire this off. See what you have here. So Power Mochi, what is that? So that's 1 to give it 2,000.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to do, but let's also do that.
And the 3 counter. Okay, so 2 resources out of hand. I like where that went. I'm going to attack for 7k.
That one I'm gonna have to take.
I think after that, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we're gonna go 7. I want to shoot a card. I want to give us something leading into next turn.
And again, on turn 5, both even on life, relatively even on character area, but the Dawn definitely looks in my favor.
I think that after that, we're gonna end turn. That's right. I forgot to end turn there. See what you do here, which will be an interesting turn. 4 cards in hand, 1 life left, and a lot of Don. Is that 10 Don? You're at full 10 Don, and I'm at 0 Don for next turn. So definitely interesting to see what we want to do here. And that is a big 11k swing. And I think for that, ooh, man, we no block, and we're going to take that one. No trigger effect on that.
No block on that.
So for 9,000 going at my big guy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to block. And then we need to get to 10. Which luckily,
Oof.
we have a ton to get to 10 in hand.
Oh, I passed the turn. I didn't mean to do that, but that is just the learning of the sim.
So I don't know if I can get you this turn. With a lot of cards in hand, 2 life, I don't know if that's an ability I have. I think our best bet here is I'm going to play sort of defense, and I'm going to deploy a Black Maria. We are going to send in the troops. And then we're going to... Oh, okay. You may rest security at the top bottom of your card. Okay, so it's on your main. So let's see. I'm going to now... I want to send in 5,000 here. And see if that force is there. And let's go for 6 and see if I can pull this out.
Mike?
And wow.
You
all right.
To it. 3-0.
Wow.
Mike takes all 3 games.
So I think this is definitely like I like this Charlotte Lindland. I like the yellow build. I think that with some work, I think it could be extremely strong with life manipulation. But I think that we found a good with early testing like this, with the decks coming out, I believe on Monday.
Yep.
I believe testing and finding out what kind of playstyle you're looking at, what decks are going to be able to counter and stop this. So, but yeah, that was really fun. Was there any more games you wanted to play? Do you have more time?
No,
or...
I think that's good for me tonight. I appreciate everyone joining in. Mike, I appreciate the games. And yeah, we're going to keep doing this sporadically. So if you're able to, watch us. If not, we're going to post this to our channel. So thank you, everyone, for joining. And